Hi, I'm Andy Durazo, and today we're talking to Christy Fish. She is from our Administration of Justice program, and she's here to talk about forensic science.
Hi, Andy. Thank you so much for having me.
Hi, well, let's just cut straight to it. Tell me about your department, your program, what kind of degrees, certifications, and stuff that you got through your department.
Yeah, sure. So I am one of the full-time professors here at ELAC in the Administration of Justice Department. And within the department, we do have a bunch of different certificates that we can offer our students who want to further their knowledge in administration of justice, but more specifically, my expertise is in forensics. And so we do offer a few or a couple forensic certificates. The main one is the Forensic Crime Scene Investigation Certificate. And that one is for the person who wants to go into the crime scene investigation, kind of very similar to what you see on like forensic files or First 48, that type of work. And then there's also a fingerprint certificate. It's called Fingerprint Classification with AJ62. And that is for the person who wants to go into more of like the fingerprint aspect of forensics. But both certificates are a good idea to have for both types of jobs, because when we deal with the crime scene investigation, we're also dealing with fingerprints. And so they're both really good certificates to have and to obtain, because a lot of agencies, when they're looking for their new hires, they're not just looking for the degrees, but they're also looking for the certificates. And the awesome thing about our program here at ELAC is that it's kind of a one-stop shop. We have all of these professors who have the firsthand knowledge. They're not just teaching you about the different, criminalistics aspects, but they're also doing it. Each one of our professors is a current forensic specialist or a current latent print examiner working for local agencies. My agency is Pasadena Police Department. I've been working with them for actually in 3 days, it'll be 14 years. And so I've been a forensic specialist with them and a latent print examiner or fingerprint examiner with them for the last 14 years. So not only are our students getting the knowledge of how to do these jobs, but they're getting the current knowledge and the current terminology and the current, training of how to do it all, because myself and our other two instructors, along with Dr. Kavanaugh, who is our program coordinator, they're all getting the firsthand knowledge of all of this forensic training and forensic aspect.
Wow, that's sounds really good. I want to ask you about a couple of things though. Can our students get internships or shadowing programs or something? Do we have anything like that?
Yeah, so within our program, one of the great things is that we try our hardest to get our students hired. And of course, it's not just us, giving them the jobs. They have to work for it. But we train them and we get them prepared for the interview and how to answer the questions when they're asked, how to process a crime scene or how to process a certain item of evidence, for fingerprints and how to collect DNA. But we also try to prepare them for the future. So, once you get the certificate, what do you do next? So we have them prepare a portfolio, and that's one of our classes that we teach. It's the AJ 285 Directed Studies class. And we teach them how to put a portfolio together so that way when they go interview, whether it's for an internship or whether it's for, an actual, career paid opportunity, they are prepared for that part of the process. In that AJ 285 class, for our students who have shown determination and perseverance throughout the whole program, there is an opportunity for them to do an internship with the coroner's office, the LA County Coroner's Office, and that is where they are going to get the opportunity to find out if this is what they really want to do, because it's not always, the glitz and the glam like they show on TV, those TV shows. But it also has to deal with a lot of the gory stuff that not everybody or not a usual person would experience in their lifetime. So at the coroner's office, they get the opportunity to obviously be around decedents and to be around, the gross stuff, the maggots and things like that. And so that's where they'll be able to experience if they can handle it. So that's one opportunity for an internship. There's also other opportunities with the Verdugo Regional Crime Lab, which is the crime lab through Glendale Police Department. We do have an opportunity for our students to apply to intern there. And then we're hoping that in the near future, we are going to be doing an internship with Pasadena Police Department, which is my home department, and hopefully give the students the opportunity to do an internship there. So yes, there's lots of opportunities. There are also opportunities that aren't directly related through our program, but other agencies. But us, myself and our other professors are still tied with these other agencies. And so we pretty much hear first about these opportunities for our students, and then we relay them to our students so that they can get out there and apply to it, whether it's an internship or whether it's a paid job opening.
Speaking of paid jobs, what does the job sector look like? Are there lots of jobs, or are they hard to get? And what are their pay rates?
Their pay rates are actually really good in California. California probably pays the most for this type of work. Which happens a lot, that a lot of our students are from out of state and they're actually taking our program classes, especially now because they're online. And then they try to come over to California to get the jobs because they do pay a lot more here. And it just depends on the agency. It depends on the county as far as what their pay rate is. But at starting position, you can make anywhere from $50,000 to $70,000 to start. As a forensic specialist. And then obviously there is a pay grade, or a pay scale, and then they will move up depending on how well they're doing in their training and through their probationary period. And then the more training you have, the more you can make. So if you have a degree, the more you can make on that. If you get what is called the International Association for Identification, which is our governing body, if you get certified through them, then that could be also an increase in your pay. So there are lots of opportunities to move up, but typically it's anywhere from 50 to 70,000 to start, and then you move up from there. But as far as if agencies are hiring, they are. I actually have an Instagram page that I keep for my students, and either they're past students, present students, future students, but I post lots of job opportunities there. And I'm looking for those job opportunities for those entry level positions, because most of our students are entry level. They don't have the job experience or the 2-year job experience that some agencies want. So I'm looking for those entry level positions, and I've been posting a lot of them actually. So they are hiring, they are out there. But the thing is that when you find a job position, there's a lot of people who want to do forensics, but do they have the right training? And sometimes they don't. But our students, when they go through our program, they have the right training because they have that certificate. And the agencies know about our program. They know about the classes that are being taught to them. And our students are usually the ones who are picked and who are hired.
I noticed you just said that if you have a degree, does that mean that they can get jobs without a bachelor's degree?
Some agencies, yes. I just actually posted a job opportunity with the city of San Bernardino for Forensic Specialist 1. And their requirement was an associate's degree in a field related to forensic science. So it could be administration of justice, it could be psychology, it could be, biology, something that's related to that field. And then it asked for a completion of a certificate program in forensic science, and that's our program. So it didn't ask for, a bachelor's degree. It didn't ask for 2 years experience working in a lab or in a police department. They want those certificates, and their requirement was an associate's degree.
Well, that sounds pretty good because a lot of our students can't afford to transfer to the 4 years. But again, speaking of the 4-year colleges, what is our transfer program? Do we have any protocols to get students into 4-year schools?
Yes. So we do have within the AJ department, we do have an associate's degree for transfer. So that will prepare the students to transfer. Usually a good forensic school would be like Cal State LA. They do have a forensic program, which is a little bit difficult to get into, but still just a degree from Cal State LA is great. Also, Cal State Long Beach is another school that our students transfer to. My alma mater is Cal State Fullerton, which when I started there, I actually started as a pre-med, so a biology major. And then I actually changed to psychology because I realized I didn't want to be a pediatrician anymore. And so I found my new passion, which was forensics. And so I actually changed my degree to psychology. And then I found a certificate program called the La Puente Valley Forensic Science Academy. And that academy is actually no longer existing, but the director of that academy is Dr. Kavanaugh, or was Dr. Kavanaugh. And when she left that academy, she brought that academy to ELAC. So it is still existing in a sense, but it's not called the Forensic Science Academy anymore. It is now the Forensic Crime Scene Investigation Certificate through ELAC. So with a degree, and of course, our department is preparing our students for transferring to the four-year university. Again, like I said, if you can get that bachelor's degree, absolutely useful, but for some agencies, it's not necessary. And another misconception about having a career in forensic science is that you have to major in a science, and that's not true. If you plan on working in a lab where you're doing like the analysis of DNA or the toxicology, then you would need a science degree, a chemistry, a biology degree, biochem, something like that. But if you plan on or are hoping to work in the field as a crime scene investigator like myself, you don't need a science degree. You can have psychology, you can have biology if you wanted to, you can have forensic science, you can have criminal justice, anything that's related to the field of forensic science. So it doesn't have to be the science degree.
Okay, that sounds good. Kind of surprised. I thought you would need a 4-year degree for something like this. That's good information to have. Good to know that. I just want to ask one final question, and that is pretty much what makes our department special, different from everybody else, better than everybody else. What makes us so special?
Well, I'm a little biased, but I know about our department, and the best thing about it is our instructors, is our professors. I have experienced myself with going to college and graduate school as well. And a lot of the professors who were teaching me some of these things, whether it was my psychology classes or whether it was more crime classes, they had never done the job. They never were a police officer. They were never a forensic specialist. They were never a fingerprint examiner. What they did themselves was they went and they got a degree from a college or university, and then they taught themselves, and then now they're teaching their students. But the thing about ELAC and the thing about our AJ department is every single one of our professors has done the job or is currently doing the job. So you're going to get correct information. One example, one of my classes, they were teaching about how to, handle a gun, and that it's okay to put a pencil or a tool inside the barrel of the gun. It's not, because you're damaging the inside of it. You're creating, different striation marks that didn't exist to begin with, where we would never say that. Any forensic specialist would never teach that, but it's because, they learn it from TV, or they learn it from watching a YouTube video, or they learn it from, watching something else. So we know that at ELAC, in our AJ department, everything that you are learning is because our instructors, our professors have experienced it, have done it, have had the hands-on training themselves, and apply it to their job themselves. Myself being a forensic specialist, I talk about some of the crime scenes that I have processed. And over the years, it's been numerous ones. I've had to process everything from just a simple burglary, a vehicle broken into, to homicides and, officer involved shootings. And we bring all of that knowledge to our students. Also, our professors are they're there for our students. They, if a student is having a problem where, they might not be able to submit something on time, we're not like, oh, too bad, you had your chance. we listen and we work with the student because we know what it's like to be a college student and have to maybe work also full time and maybe provide for your family or have children. I have 4 kids of my own, 4 little ones. So we know what it's like to also have a personal life and to have responsibilities and to go to school at the same time. So all of our professors are great. They have all, firsthand knowledge, whether it's with the police department, LAPD, LA County Sheriffs, the FBI. We have one of our professors who is a retired FBI agent, and his classes are amazing. We have probation officers who are also teaching with us. We have correction officers who are also teaching with us. And then, of course, the forensic side, myself and our 2 other adjunct professors, along with Dr. Kavanaugh, we have all done the job. So we are bringing it now to our students because our other passion is not just law enforcement or forensics, it's also teaching. So we get to bring that there to ELAC.
Wow, sounds like our professors are our key. Well, I'd like to thank you for being with us today. You were very informative. Remember, we do not need a 4 year degree. So, guys, you can get jobs from this. Uh, Please check out our Administration of Justice Forensic Sciences. You come speak to Christy, come speak to Dr. Kavanaugh. I talked to her yesterday. They will both be more than willing to help and guide you through the system. Again, thank you, Christy. I do appreciate you being here. And that's our show for today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
Bye.
Bye bye.